I have known since the age of 10 that I was into girls and boys, but then it changed. I became more interested in girls as I grew up and less interested in boys, and then eventually it just shifted into me becoming a total freaking lesbian.
I'm openly gay. I've known since I was like 9, but I've only been open about it for like the past 2 years about.
My biggest fear was that college was going to end up being like high school over again. My surprise is it's so much better. There's less drama, except for the occasional arguments you get into with another classmate.
I'm really optimistic about the changes that are happening at Clark. I was a student here, and back in 2007, and I wasn't out at all. I mean, back then I was identifying as a woman, and I was dating a man, and I was, heterosexual. I didn't identify it that way, but I was still trying to discover myself, and Clark wasn't a safe space for me to do that discovery at the time.
And so to live long enough and see education shift and change and grow to include everybody in ways that sees their strength has been, it feels really good to have a student say, like, I see myself here in other people that work here, and that this is where I belong and I'm welcome.
We're here, we're queer, we're gonna stay here, we're not going anywhere.
I feel fine on campus. Everyone knows I'm out and gay as hell.
For students, we have what are called gender neutral or gender free restrooms in almost every building, and I use those too. And then in our classes, we have a privilege, power, and equity curriculum that's included in College 101 that includes sexual orientation and gender identity. We have student organizations that are focused around LGBTQ issues and programming, and then we also have the Queer Student Lunch that comes out of the Office of Diversity and Equity, and then other special events and speakers that happen throughout the year for students who identify or want to be allies or accomplices to LGBTQ students.
I learned about the Queer Student Alliance in the Involvement Fair back in September, and I thought about, hey, why the hell not? I mean, it's not like I have anything better to do on my Friday, so that was like, it was interesting because I got to meet a whole bunch of other people who like didn't identify as like straight or as just, they're just who they are and they're proud of that.
The club is a very accepting place. It's a safe space for people who don't feel safe on campus for being out, that is. So if you're still in the closet and you need somewhere to go and vent, Queer Student Association is the place. The counseling center is very helpful too, and they're very open. You can go there. They have a hangout space in the back where if you need to like rest and have a few minutes of silence.
I came out around 1995, so it's been 95, 2000, so 20 plus years, and I wish I could say that everything is all better and the narratives are completely different, but I still will meet people, whether they're 18 or 48, who are struggling to come out because of family, religion, job fears, particularly for gender non-conforming folks and transgender folks. The acceptance is still lagging, and so I think the importance of having a place like this that says wherever you're at, you can come into Gaiser Hall and we have the rainbow flag and all the other flags representing the LGBTQ community visible. They were put up, I guess, during Pride Week, and the Office of Diversity and Equity got so much positive feedback, they just left them up.
My advice would be to get involved with the QSA. Start there. Getting involved in the club is one way to really build community if the timing doesn't work, because for a lot of students it doesn't, or extracurriculars, they just don't have the space in their schedules. Going to the Diversity Center, getting familiar with that, taking women's studies, taking any classes with instructors on topics that are related to queerness, just getting educated and making as many connections as you can while you're here. I think that the more safety nets you can create, the better you can handle some of the tough stuff.
You're not alone. I know that's super cliche, but it's true. I mean, you may think you're the only one. I definitely thought I was the only gay guy at Clark, especially a gay black one, but I found another one, but I met another gay black man, and so if you think you're like the only person here, like, I can tell you you're not.
Don't be afraid, reach out. Sometimes being afraid can cause you a lot of harm to yourself. When you don't speak out and raise your voice, sometimes you're not heard and it goes back and it hurts you. So instead of staying silent and afraid, go to someone who will help you.